Hey guys, it's Tuesday, so that means
Tag Tuesday. It's Tag Tuesday. It's Tag Tuesday. Tag Tuesday.
So for this week's Tag Tuesday, I thought I would do a vacation tag because I'm going on vacation on Sunday to sunny, warm Jamaica. Awesome. 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 So I just came up with 10 questions that are vacation related. So let's get started. Warm and tropical or cold and snowy? I would say definitely warm and tropical. Don't get me wrong, I like snow, I like the cold, I used to go skiing, but I much prefer sitting on a beach in the sun when it's like 85 degrees out with a tropical drink. So warm and tropical. How many vacations a year do I go on? Well, I get 4 weeks of vacation at work, so that's a lot of opportunities to go on vacation. The challenge is
the dinero, the moolah, the money.
So generally it's about 2 vacations, maybe 3, usually 2. Like this year we're really only planning on going to Jamaica and then maybe one other place. So 2. The longest road trip I ever went on was with my friends Jean and Susan, and this is when I lived in Madison. I think I was like 22, 23 years old. We drove from Madison all the way to Arizona, and kind of along the way we stopped and stayed with different people, or we would stay in Motel 6s because they were super cheap. We'd send one person in to get the room, so it was like $30 a night, and then we would all stay in the room. So that is a very, very long ride. I probably wouldn't ever do that again. Driving that long is exhausting. Museum tour or explore on your own? I prefer to explore on my own, and when I go to a museum, I kind of like to go at my own pace, and I don't want to be forced to be in a group and to listen to stuff I really don't care about. So no group tours for me. Even though I could learn something, I prefer just to learn it on my own, and I always rush ahead of everyone else when I'm with people in a museum because I can only really take about 2 hours of a museum. Anything after that, everything starts looking the same. I get museum back, my legs hurt, my back hurts, and I just want to get out of there. So no tour groups for me. Taxi, bus, train, or walk? I think a combination of all of them is good. I have found that when you're in a different city that you've never been to before, walking's really good because you get to see a lot more than if you were on a subway or a train or on a bus. So I would definitely say walk if you can and the weather's nice, and take the other modes of transportation when necessary. But definitely walk, because you see a ton. Am I an efficient packer? Not really. Craig is really good at packing. He's really good at figuring out the best way to get everything jammed in a bag in the most efficient manner. I kind of start out thinking I'm going to do a really good job, and then I eventually just shove and cram everything in there. I eventually just have to sit on my suitcase to get it closed. And I always overpack. I always bring way too many things, but I like to have choices. The longest plane ride I've ever been on was when we went to Istanbul, Turkey. Getting there, because we were going with the jet stream, I think it only took like 10 and a half or maybe 11 hours. But coming home and flying into the jet stream, I think it was like 13 or 14 hours non-stop. That is the longest flight I've been on. And I remember I watched like 10 or 11 movies all in a row because I can't sleep on planes. So I think I watched almost every single movie that was available to be watched. Camping. I love camping actually, and if we had a place to store all of the camping gear, I probably would do it because I think upstate New York and generally the whole Northeast, there's a lot of great places to go camping and hiking. Because when Craig and I lived in Minneapolis and we had our house, we of course could store all of the tent and sleeping bags and all that stuff you need for camping. And we would go camping at least once or twice a year, and it was really fun and enjoyable. So yes, I like to go camping. Fancy restaurant or street food? Again, I would say both, because if you're out and on vacation, you need to treat yourself and get a really good dinner somewhere. And it's really just not about the food, it's also the experience. And then try the street food, because oftentimes that's where you're gonna find some of the most tasty food for the cheapest amount of money. So I would say definitely do both. Final question, favorite vacation? I've been on lots of really great vacations with Craig and with some of our friends. Like we've rented a house in the south of France, we rented a house in southern Spain, so those trips were really amazing. But I would say my favorite vacation of all is when Craig and I went to the Ladera Resort in St. Lucia, and words cannot describe how beautiful it is there. Our room, they upgraded us to a bigger room. It had 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, it was multiple layers. There was a pool in our room, which was pretty neat. And the cool thing about that resort is that there's only 3 walls. So one whole side of your room is open and it overlooks the pitons there, and it is just amazing. And I've never been so relaxed and so chilled out on a vacation as I was there. The food at the restaurant was so good and delicious. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Amazing. We just stayed at the resort the whole time. I think we were there for 5 days, 4 nights. The challenge is it is extremely expensive. So you have to save up all of your pennies to go there. Like crazy expensive. Someday we'll go back. Alrighty, that's Tag Tuesday, the vacation tag. Where have you guys gone on vacation? What's your favorite kinds of vacation? What's the longest plane ride you've been on? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, remember, daydreaming may lead to reality. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye! So let's and have to sit on the package at some point on the package. So basically I just got to do all sorts of random things around the hospital. Things like